Okay, hey guys, how are you? Greetings from Toronto, Canada. How are things going?
Hey,
Amazing. Toronto. I've always
good.
wanted to go there.
Well, it's summer. It's beautiful out. You've got no excuse.
Love it. I'll have to.
Okay.
Eddie,
Okay.
you and me, we're going to Canada.
All
We're
right.
going.
All right. There you go. Road trip. Congratulations. Congratulations on the film. My
Thank you.
God, this one hit me. I don't know where to start. Very relatable, but also just a roller coaster ride, I think, honestly. So, Sydney, I want to start with you because I wanted to know what your initial reaction was to it, and did it scare you?
Like when I first read the script,
I like to take this, knowing that you were going to take this on, and Eddie, I'm going to ask you the same thing, but I wanted to know if it frightened you a bit because it's pretty intense.
it is, it's extremely intense. And I think the only thing that kind of saved me was I had just finished filming a movie that was a psychological thriller. And it kind of got me in a headspace of really intense, dramatic emotions.
Right.
So I think it was like the perfect lead up into this one, but I was nervous, especially being portraying an immigrant from Mexico who has gone through all of these obstacles and hurdles and still come out on top, and it's still such a light in the world. That's
Right.
It's definitely a lot to dig into and really portray through your emotions and every ounce of your soul. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but I was so excited.
Yeah, a great challenge for sure. Eddie, I wanted to know what kind of connected you to Antonio because, man, okay, I'm just going to ask this right off the bat. I mean, here's a guy he gets kicked out of school for a reason. There's a major reason why, and he drags his girlfriend in. Like, my God, do you call him a bad influence or what?
Yeah, I mean, I think outside with a magnifying glass, yeah, that would look from the outside forces. Yeah, he's a huge red flag.
Yeah.
At the same time, he loves Lita, and I feel that from his past as a child, miscommunication and being misunderstood as a kid, and I thought of him as, he's Mexicano, Latino,
Yeah.
there's a lot of angst, and he's a very passionate person. I think he was bringing those past to her, and it wasn't right. And she opens the door for him to find his own voice.
Yeah.
So for me personally, I wanted to tell the story about this young man who's very angry,
Right.
but he has to change. He has to change. And there's this beautiful woman who came from another country, and she's an inspiration, but he's not able to conceptualize that reality.
Yeah.
And in turn, I don't want to spoil anything, but he learns, that to open his eyes, and it takes a beautiful woman, a strong woman, a strong person, a partner, to really open his eyes.
Yeah, as I said, I think it's very relatable. I think there's a lot of people who will relate to both of these characters, no question about it. Someone's going to see themselves in there. And, Sydney, I wanted to know, first off, my God, the chemistry between the two of you, I would think that you guys knew each other from when you were like little kids. Like, my God. I mean, tell me, I know that you did it. You just met making this film. Tell me a little bit about developing, Sydney, first from your perspective, what it was like getting to know Eddie and developing these characters together.
Oh gosh, Eddie. He is no, I'm just kidding. Eddie.
Okay, you can say it.
Here, put your video off so I can talk honestly, Eddie. No, I'm just kidding.
No blushing. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. No, Eddie is fantastic. He was such a pleasure to work with. And we had gotten in contact with each other a few months prior to filming and really just got to know each other. We rehearsed and stuff, but we really tried to like dive into like, so what do you like to do? What do you like to do? What kind of family do you come from? What about you? Just actually got to know each other, I think more so, and then worked on our lines separately so that, when we came together, we could really see like, how are we going to work together physically and, all this. And we were just so open with each other. It was so great. And by the end of it, people are like, so how long have you guys been dating? And we're like, 3 weeks in a fake relationship. But so, I was so thankful, blessed beyond words to have this guy as my Antonio.
Yeah, and Eddie, but what about for you? Like, because there's some really intense stuff going on. So you guys
Yeah.
do have to have a connection as actors. Like, otherwise it's just not gonna work.
Mhm.
It's just one of those things, it's one of those synergy, I'll keep saying synergy and moments, you just, meetings. I love you, Sid. Like, we were just right off the bat, we just met and we just talked, we opened up and we had each other's backs. Every
Mhm.
time on set, we would hold each other's hands, hug each other, and we were there for each other. We were partners and we had each other, and that's what it was.
Yeah,
We're always supportive of everything. And
yeah,
it was beautiful.
yeah.
I don't even know how to explain it. It was just one of those beautiful moments.
Yeah,
No, it's
like
it's
it's just
great.
an offset.
It's great when that
And
happens, for
Daniel did
sure.
it. Daniel Holland did it. Daniel really, really was like Sydney and Eddie. That's when needs to
Yeah,
happen. And so
yeah. It's a new John Mellencamp song, I think. Sydney and Eddie.
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't you
yeah.
think?
And
Yeah.
Eddie's a great musician. You should just write it, Eddie.
Yes,
I
right,
know, I
Eddie.
gotta
Go
do
for
it.
it. Yeah, there you go. Now you've got the topic for your next
I know, right?
your next
Yeah.
hit. Yeah. I want to ask you too, because Sydney, it deals with a lot of topic stuff that people are shy away from, and it's very open and, like I said, intense, dealing with COVID, like pandemic, when we were all like, oh God, going mental with COVID, George Floyd. It really does deal with, it's a very ballsy film, I thought.
It is. It's such a ballsy film. And I was so nervous because when you read it on the outside, you're like, oh, this is going to get political. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But Daniel does such a great job of always moving with his first step as love. So it's
Right.
never like a degrading or this is what should have happened, or putting his views or political in any sort. It's just, these are the facts, this is what happened. Human nature, empathy needs to be the front runner of all of these things going on. And I think he did such a good job at making that the prominent tone of the movie, is love and empathy versus everything else, all of the bullshit going on.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Eddie, I wanted to ask you too, because there's a really, you did such a great job acting but your drunken scene, that whole, oh my God, oh my God. I asked it earlier, like, did the script scare you? Did that scare you?
Yeah, yeah. I had in my family, I have a lot of, my grandfathers were very, alcohol destroyed their lives, they were musicians, they were very good people, and alcohol destroyed them. Addiction
Yeah,
destroyed them. And my grandmothers had to leave them, so, when Lita, Sydney's character had to leave to go, it was very personal to me. And then, I'm telling you right now, my grandmother came to see the preview in San Pedro. She
wow,
saw Sydney's performance and also the flashbacks of her coming swimming. My grandmother did the same thing. She had to
wow,
bring all her kids, my mom,
yeah,
it wasn't easy, and she had to do a
no,
sewing factory. She worked at a sewing factory. So yeah, it was, it meant a lot to me. And so
jeez,
it's a beautiful film. And,
yeah,
but,
more personal than we know it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I did it. I'm so
yeah,
happy I did it. It's I wanted to tell the story of Antonio. I
yeah,
didn't want him to be this like aggressive, angry boyfriend and then period. I wanted it to
right,
be, okay, he's angry and possessive and da 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 da. But where's that coming from?
yeah.
Where is
I
that
feel like,
coming
yeah,
from?
very
And
important.
I
I
believe he
agree.
could be better. I believe that men could be better. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter where you come from. You have to be better. You have to you know what you need to do. Lead by example. And so
yeah.
I think in the film you'll see how Antonio transitions into becoming a better man,
Yeah, absolutely.
better
And just wrap it
person.
up. Yeah, and Sydney, I wanted to ask you too. You also have a big monologue near the end of at the end of the film. I understand that was supposed to be a voiceover, so that must have freaked you out.
Girl,
Yeah.
yes. I had, looked it over obviously and made my notes on it in my script and everything, but I didn't really focus too much on the words because I was just like emotion, and it's voiceover, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
The day that we were filming that end scene, Daniel came up and he's like, how do you feel about recording, filming the entire speech? And I was like, like at once, like just all the way through, like just go? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, all right, challenge accepted.
Yeah.
So I spent all of lunch. I think these guys probably thought I was like in a bad mood or something, because I spent all of lunch just in my, and I actually wrote this. I have this, I wrote it in the back of my notebook here, over
Wow.
and over again, so that I
Wow.
could memorize it. And it is a like 4-page monologue.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
intense one, but I went through the entire thing, and I'll tell you right now, once I finished that scene, I felt lighter. Like it was like healing for me. It was, I was so happy that we ended up filming it, because I think it's such a powerful scene.
Yes, I was just going to say that. Absolutely.
And when I saw it at the end, like all together, and the way that Daniel edited it, and Kyle, our amazing cinematographer and editor, the way they came together and made that scene and the entire speech pop, and really like, it brings me to tears every time. I think it's so powerful. I'm happy we did. Very happy. As scared as I was, I'm so happy we did.
Well, it's good. It's good to take on challenges, and which I think you both did for this film. And I, you know, like I said, it's so powerful. It's really good. I really think people will get a lot out of it. And I just want to thank you both for your time today. I really appreciate it. And best of luck with the film. And like I said, come to Toronto and come visit me, and we'll all go have a coffee or something.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I'm so down. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bonnie.
I really appreciate it. Take care. Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you, Bonnie.